God damn. Man, you guys are fast, man. Holy. How the hell do you do it? You just switch from ME to high whiz? That's good. It's not a bad switch. It's a pretty good switch. What's up, Shua? What's up, Ken? What up, guys? And I woke up at 8:30 today. Holy shit. I stayed up a little bit later yesterday. What's up, Dagger? What's up, guys? How do you get 3-weight cogwheel? You can only get 3-weight with the lowest which is like the Arctum cogwheels. You just have to keep synthesizing. Steamrolled us last night, GVG. I don't know about that, man. You guys did pretty good, in my opinion. Oh, X, yeah. He's always been a whale. Did you watch the BBDR stream? When did it happen? He actually streamed? The guy that owns BBDR? Plus 15, bro. I had one tap day last night. Oh no, 2 nights ago. Immortal streamed it last night. How'd it go? Tuesday was last night. I was probably organizing a lot of stuff last night. I didn't make it. Otherwise, I would have watched it. Oh no, shit. Alright. We got time. We got time. Honestly. Yeah, has all the things maxed out. I mean, all things. Yeah, sounds about right. You know, that's expected. Do Anthem first. What's up, Rekka? Holy shit, where have you been? Home. Oh, that surprised you. Never mind. There goes the Danelle. Sounds cool. Safe level to refine is usually in like 3s. It's like 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Jesus, that was fast. Rankings? Let me check. Has all SPS tier 10, all 3-star awakening cards, and still has 1.3 million berries available. He has 5k M attack stat. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. Crazy good. Got about 3 so far. After this game. Against the Giga Whale tide? Nah, bro. Those waters are a little too rough. Okay, I wake up at 5 a.m. Bro. I did have a good sleep schedule. But ended up staying up like a little bit too late. I wonder if he doesn't get bored or burnout. I gotta say, like, they probably do get bored. Cause like, when you think about it, it's like they go hard on refining, enchanting, all that, and then when you max everything out, then it's like oh, what else do I do? Oh god, crazy just asked. Oh, offender just asked, do we have Dynasty 4? I don't know if he's serious or probably not. Better to do the dailies first. If you have cap for VIP, you can do dailies first. If you don't have VIP, then it's better to do CT first. Let him charge in. Aw. Yeah. Guys. Hmm. Hmm. Guess we gotta keep looking for the key. There we go. Easy peasy. Now 0.6 works in the guild league. We lost at the last 10 seconds, so the other guild killed the boss. It depends on amount of kills, amount of people that are there at the start. If you have a lot of people that are there at the start, you actually still have a chance to get a card. At least that's how we ended up finding it work out. Because like our, I think GTB or Edga team lost the true one, but we had like 40 people plus in there, and they ended up getting the card still at the end. So. One piece Suicide SR and have a pair. I guess I'm lucky on that part. All comes down to RNG. Important when using gravity shield. It's just gonna be psychokinesis and co-processor activation. Like your most important ones. Or synthesis. They're okay, and they're good as like. But they're good as like part of a dual core combo. Instead of like instead of like just by themselves. Like if they're part of, if they're like a combo with like, let's say psychokinesis or coprocessor, then they're, you know, that's pretty good. Otherwise, not really. The dream is to be able to one-tick these guys, but I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. I hope there's like a preset for these things, man. I could have a PvE set and a PvP set. Would be nice. Let's put that in there for now. PvE damage. Yeah, whatever. PvE damage for now. Okay. Good enough for now. Make a break for you to be, hard for you to be at least effective. I'd go for like magic attack cards, just so you guys actually you know you could actually like heal a decent amount. And yeah. And if you're PvPing, obviously Thara Frog cards is going to be the best thing that you could get.
Is the home to the headquarters of both the Knight?
3.2 GCD. It could just be a latency issue. Like I might actually have the same, if not like worse GCD than you, but because I'm playing an NA, it might just, you know, show you the number when it's already gotten to like a lower point. It's not better to be in a party most of the time, unless you're the one getting carried. But if you're in a party and you're the one doing the carrying, then it's not so hot. What is going on here? Out of daddy in town. What's going on, bro? What's up, Clay? One of the biggest gamers I know, bro. Mr. Clay Aesthetics. Should we split and getting the monster point? You should let's try and know this one, but if you guys want to actually get, if you guys actually want to learn how to rotate, I can teach you that. But you know, it is the casual guild and I don't want to impose that upon everybody, but if people are willing to learn, I'm willing to teach. What the fuck is going on here? It does hurt my soul seeing this shit get autoed. Run. .8 on gravity field. It's not bad. Still going for a Sunday hat. Thinking about it. I don't know if I want to though. Tank LK. Let's go. You know, just go heavy on Vit. You know. Lion's Roar. One-handed with the shield. Probably like Excalibur is probably the one hand that you want to go for. I mean, you could go Cardo and go Bruiser too. You don't have to go tank now. Should I do level 70 Veacher or Doomax? Veacher. Yeah, Veacher X. Compared to NA, this one's much better. NA was complete garbage. Snipers are just plain trash, very squishy, can easily out DPS bandage jobs in terms of PV. I mean, I've been saying it, like some people were re-rolling to it. What the fuck? Oh, out of here. Should I buy with a 1.5 guidance from friend event as a whitesmith? I'd say feathers, man. Especially like he's if you're going 1.5k Nyans, I would say feathers. Because here's the thing. Well, no, feathers and you're fine. Because you can't really go too far with feathers at at 1.5k. Try to get a little bit of everything. Get some feathers, get some refines done, and then get some statue pieces done. You want to try to get as much, like damage and mitigation as you can, because like if you're always jumping in, then you know you're always at risk of dying. So you want to be tanky enough to actually get your damage out, but you don't want to have like too little damage. Like as soon as I get my like Hydra Scout Worker, like even like the whaliest like sniper in this server, I'm just gonna firebolt him to death. More fast res bots like the Mantis spot for 70-80 grinding. You can watch my grinding guide if you want on my YouTube channel. It's gonna be in this spot right here, but if you don't like Nightmare, I mean, the other spot would be Stemworm, Midwest. Take by a wall and a tree. You get monster research costs fast. You had to have been actively MRing since the beginning. Otherwise, it's very hard to catch up. Like right now, I'm at that. Like ranking wise, you know, I'm like almost 10k above. The thing about that is like you can't slack off on it. Otherwise, people are gonna catch up. Level 72? Just grinding. I'm not even like the fastest grinder in this game, because like if you want to grind faster than me, all you have to do is like just wail out, so you can one tick the nightmares versus like me two ticking them. And you just get like XP faster than me. You know, like by default. Ooh, blessed armor on. More coins. I love this event, by the way. Ooh, blessed weapon ore. Ridicon? Okay, okay. I'm one of those some people. Oh god, that's a mistake. Should have watched the tier list, bro. You prefer to use all the expensive feather, but level 1. It depends on your budget. Like it might be a good idea for some. It might be a good idea, like myself. Might be a good idea to get like the light and dark feathers, and then you know go for like the day and you know sky feathers for the other 2 yellows, so it's cheaper. You want me to unequip my weapon? I don't think I can cast without a weapon, no? Never mind. 3.6. Yeah, 3.7, yeah. You got some Valkyrie statues? I don't yet know. But for Valkyrie statue, basic thing is like if as soon as you can open these, just because like even if you're not gonna level wisdom or fortitude, you get stats right off the gate just for like, you know, a really small amount. And then, you know, then you just focus on leveling the ones that you need. I like to level because my resources are limited and I can't wail out. I want to focus on this one right here. I want to hone in on this one. It'll be slower than, you know, leveling all these at, you know, like this right here. I could level this too just to get it like up quicker so I can level this statue like quicker. But that would mean I'd be investing my resources like too thin. Eventually when this does get too like expensive, maybe I'll level this like a few times because it's pretty cheap just so I can level this statue. But as of right now, it hasn't gotten to that point yet. But M attack is just feathers. Feathers, statue, most of it honor fines. Am I queuing for a spot? Yes. Yeah. Bad luck and destruction. Oh, distractions. I was like, destruction? Like you destroying your gear? On getting refining mass and focus on refining. I mean, just sell everything that you don't need and focus. If you want to focus on refining, sell everything that you don't need that doesn't give you power. How to level MR that fast? Organize weekly Bloody Branch parties with your guild. Do you prefer I use all the expensive feather but level 1, or use those affordable feather that level up better? Like, yeah, I think I answered that question up there already. But it depends on your budget, pretty much. What card are you using for highways for better PvE, PvP? I mean, you have a lot of choices in PvP. If you need to get like your Hydra and your Scout Workers. PvE, it depends on what mob you're fighting. You always want to go for like size, racial, or element cards. Yeah, like I say, it might be a latency issue where I'm like, it's starting off showing you at like a low point, but because I'm in A, it might be longer than what it's showing you. Titanium 3 for reset. Either by dismantling Dimics, or you could go buy these. Actually, Sunshine Kiwi, Precious Card Fragment. I have really good cores now. There's no point in me actually trying to go for more, unless I want to reset that lower weight core. But I could also use some Precious Card Fragments. Oh well, let's focus on this for now. If I can get good stats on that lower weight core, I'd be pretty set. How do you level up the Goblin Puppet card so high? It's just the one version. It's not actually like that good. Let me get some candy. It's like I have to get this done quick because my wife is trying to get to work, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a 6x candy. There you go. How is other core weight higher than plus 15? There's an item when War of Imperium comes out. That increases your maximum core weight. So hopefully they release War of Imperium ASAP. I wonder if I can actually Do an experiment here, shall we? I'll do it later. I don't want to waste too much time. Are you using XXX last night event? He was just auto following me because he went to sleep, but he wanted to get some points, so I was like, all right, just auto follow. But then the freaking wizard kept like running around and just wrecking us all. So it got a little hard to manage. What tiers are your pet? Like tier 0 and tier 1, bro? I wish I had a tier 3 Dynel. Cause like that would be insanely good. Global cooldown and like just like fast time wise, that would be insane. I would be doing a triple spot if I had a tier 3 Dynel right now. You know how much like how fast that EXP would be? Oh my god. But it is what it is. That's my wife. I told her like, hey, I'll put a 6x candy on and I'll leech you after before work. And then can you help me by luring mobs into my to my spots? I made a deal with him. What's up, Wizzy? Yeah, being having a tier 3 Dynel and being able to one tick these mobs definitely would help a ton when it comes to XP. It's just that, you know. That's why I can't be distracted. If I do anything else within that time, it just ruins the timing. What's the aim with synthesizing cores? You get like higher level skill to start, and then if you get lucky, you could get like a dual skill lower weight core, and then hopefully you get one that has good skills already. If not, it's going to be a bit of a pain if you're unlucky trying to reset it, but that's the process you gotta go through. Good thing is, as soon as you have it, there you go. All there is to it. But the getting to it part is the hard part. What is she doing? Where did she go? She's lagging. Oh yeah, she looks like she's lagging hard. Holy. Let me move up a little bit more there so it's easier to lure stuff into. Yeah, that looks like that should be the sweet spot. Right there. She's trying. Trying her darndest. it's like 1 or 2 mobs, but you know, in a span of like however long you keep doing it, the XP, it adds up, man. It does add up. So imagine if I could actually do a triple spawn here, if I had enough like global cooldown and I could actually one-tick these guys. You don't even need a minnow. You just need like a like 3-starred Strauss. It's actually cheaper. Imagine that. Can I one-tick these with food? I don't think so. I could try. Can I do it for science? There you go. Let's do this. There you go. No. No. Close though, close. If I had higher upgraded rate and accessories, maybe it would make a lot of sense. For FS Priest, is Illusion Thara card good? Illusion Thara is, I mean, it's better than nothing. Especially if you're trying to PvP. Percent reduction is always good. Because if it's a high amount, then you know, you reduce like a higher amount. If it's low enough that it's not hurting you anyway, then you know, it just gets reduced even further. So it's really just like a win-win. 8% is better than no percent. Tell you that. Wrong food? Is it wrong food? The fuck? I can't even. Nah, this one is a. I don't know what this one is. This is the one. That's the one. That gives 15% magic damage plus some variable cast time. That's the tier 2 food. Not the tier 2 food, but like the advanced food. Is Cooney your alt? No, he's just standing there. Cooney is Nooney's spouse. Here's the guy that gave me the spot. Which level 70 accessory is better for Mastersmith? Going for a ring or Mateer? Ring. 100% ring. Try not to grief yourself by going, oh my god. Timing off here. Yeah, timing in this one is very sensitive. If you have a higher global cooldown and cast time still. Like if I try to answer people on stream, it's just... I try. Can you sure though about ADL sniper in late game? Can you sure you're though about what does it even mean? Can you sure you're though about ADL? Yeah, I can't, man. Can you sure you're though? Yeah, I don't know. Share. Do you mean can you share your do you mean can you share your thoughts about ADL sniper in late game? Thoughts. Oh, okay. Jesus. I thought it was late game ADL sniper, you're not the meta build. I'll tell you that right now. Until 110 and 115. 110, you get your weapon that actually is really good for ADL. You know, like has a lot of damage, has like quite a bit of burst, has a built-in 10% chance to silence somebody when hitting them. Really good. And then you get your 115 accessories, which increase your damage even further, your DPS even further. So, you know, you kind of get a really big buff at that stage. Problem is, you're still the class with the lowest HP scaling in the game, and you're not wearing a shield by default because, you know, you're wearing a bow. So you're without a doubt the squishiest class in the game. That means even if your positioning is good, if you get blasted by somebody at range, you're motherfucker. Your chances are you're probably going to die. Anyway. Unless you really wail out on it. And even then, if when you wail out on it, you're not gonna be as effective as a wizard, a sage, a Synex that's like wailed out as well. But at the end of the day, it's a game. So if it's something you enjoy, go for it. Because it's not like you're gonna be useless. It's just you're not gonna be as effective, and you'll have your own niche. You know, you really have to work on your targeting, and your you know, your target priority as a ADL sniper. Once you got him last night, yeah. You need ring, and then for later in the game you need Nile Rose. That means you gotta hunt Dracula. You also have to hunt Bafo, because Nile Rose will give you a pretty huge boost in damage. I hate these fucking notice. Like, I don't care about sentimental rings game. Game always trolls me, man. It's like, I'm like, it's really sensitive timing. Fucking sentimental ring. God, like, who actually gives a damn about a sentimental ring? Like, is anybody actually really happy when you see a sentimental ring? I don't feel all that sentimental about it. The Kevin card has something to do with grab field? No. The Kevin card is anti-wind. Grab field is ghost property. So you counter ghost property by being a you know, neutral element. Don't counter it by being ghost property, because then it'll do even more damage to you. What's your hotkeys? It's just the standard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My E is what I use to switch between, you know, tab 1, tab 2. And then I use my Q. I actually, instead of like switching switching from classic to dual wheel, I actually switched Q to target selection. Because switching from classic to dual wheel using the hotkey bugs out your skills. Sometimes you won't even be able to cast for a while. Does wilderness and monster annihilation works in MVP? The theory is that it does. The theory is that it does. I have no science to back that theory though. Because that's what people are saying. I tried to look into it, see if there's any, like, you know, any validity to those claims. I have not found anything of, yeah, anything substantial. Where'd my wife go? Did she give up on luring? Damn. Guess she ain't getting a leash. I fight for equality. Golem Eclipse, Hold Dustiness. Card shop, buy the titles. Unless you plan on 3-starring that Eclipse, you know, you can go ahead and do that if you want. But otherwise, I just focus on titles. Casual spender? How much is a casual spender's budget? If it's like $100 a month or something, Hi Wizard. ME Priest takes quite a bit of investment to work. It's cheaper than a Synex, but it still needs to get welled out. Cheaper than a Sniper and a Synex, but still needs some spending. Judex Priest worth it for PvP, PvE what? Hey, it's a very niche like build. It has its shining moments in 70 to 79, but 80 and beyond, no debate, just ME. Bro. The guy just... The fuck? Getting grief right now, bros. Holy. Herm Germ, eh? MMOs, am I right? It's okay. Let's see if they can get a castle when War of Imperium starts. I don't get mad, bro. I get even. So is it more free-to-play friendly than ME Priest? Yes, absolutely. You get your power spike earlier than ME Priest too. Put Herm Germ on the KOS list. Let's make sure they never get a castle. I see somebody grinding at a spot, bro, I don't go there, right? It's like I could outgrind people, but I choose not to because, you know, that's just... You have a choice of being an asshole or not an asshole, and if you choose to be an asshole, then, you know... You should be prepared for the consequences, that's it. Nobody is exempt from that. Not even me. Like, if I grief somebody's, like, grind spot, and they troll the fuck out of me for, you know, forever, I deserve that. It's just mutual respect, right? Combat time level 70 Wiz. You could either do the spot that I'm doing right now, or you could watch the 70+ wizard grinding video on my YouTube, on my channel, and you could have other options because it depends on how much investment you put into your class and into your wizard. Your grinding spot may change. Worth it from precious card frags? Like you mean precious card frags in general? Yeah, they're pretty worth. Takes too damn long for rate to unlock though. It unlocks at like 85, bro. It's gonna take like 2 months from now. What up, Art? What's going on, bro? Can't really grief my spot on a 6x candy. Unfortunate. How many millions of EXP in this double spot? Right now, I think it's down to like probably like 11 to 12 mil ish. Could be more depending on how often you get griefed. But yeah, it's down heavy from like 18 to 20 mil when I was like level 70. But you know, that's because the server, like the hard cap for the server right now is 73 and I'm already 72, so like I'll probably hit 73 in like maybe tomorrow's reset or something. So because I still have Yggdrasil, I still have duo Yggdrasil as well. That's still a bunch of XP. I'm choosing not to do my quests because I'm waiting for the level 80 cap to open up. Silence affects the proc of auto attack skills. It does not. No, it does not. Procs don't give a damn about silence. That's why you can silence an ADL hunter, and if he has like Orc Archer cards on, it's just gonna keep double strafing you. It does not give a fuck. How to reach 1 second cast for grab field? Get a core processor activation, which level 7 preferably. Level 6 is good too if you can get it. Using the Millie's event right now. And then try to get some cast time reduction enchants as well. Like 1 or 2 is good. You don't have to go full cast time reduction because it's diminishing returns. You're better off going for maybe like M attack level 3 on your weapon. This could go to 0.9 if I have Blessing on. You're planning on changing from Hunter to Wiz, is it worth late game? Very, yeah. Wizard is one of those classes that just keeps scaling into the late game, and it just keeps getting stronger. And then Sniper is one of those classes where it kind of has like this identity crisis almost of what it wants to do and what it wants to be. Like it either does it want to be a sharpshooter sniper? Does it want to be actually an ADL sniper? It's like your red core power spike is crazy good with Wind God core, but then you get to 110, 115. Sharpshoot doesn't really get buffed. It instead like ADL gets buffed pretty heavily. So it's like instead of like having all of that into one spec, like all those buffs, it gets spread out. As opposed to like Wizard, where it's like all the buffs all focus in on gravity field, and that's why it scales so good. Changing from Emmy to is a big spend? Not really. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell my wife to you know, undeploy her pets. Oh, I wish I had a tier 3 to know. Buff would be so nice, man. That's the thing too, like people think it's then as like an offensive pet. It's actually a utility pet. The good thing about it being effective is it doesn't have to be that expensive. But if you're like mostly free to play like I am, then, you know, it's a little bit harder. Gacha is pain. Eventually though, like I'm gonna have to like throughout the months, it's like getting all the weekly S pet summons, and then if I get lucky with like getting tier 2 Danelle eventually, then I might bite the bullet and just be like, okay, it might be a good investment to get Danelle to tier 3, because that buff, Jesus, that buff is so good. You're already fatigued? Yeah, I am. But she's not. Are you switching to Professor when the patch comes? No. Professor Sage is very... It requires a lot of wailing to be... It's crazy good damage-wise, but you need to be like really wailed out to take advantage of all that, like, you know, because like you have to realize, so if you're going from High Wizard to Sage, you're used this whole time to using Gravity Field that completely ignores magic defense. When you switch to Sage, you don't ignore magic defense anymore. So you can only imagine. In here. Bro, that guy realized he's losing CT by having his Bafo hit the Butterfly. I hope he does. I'd hate for anybody to lose XP because of just pets being dumb. Do we get back the refining items when we dismantle the weapons? You shouldn't be dismantling refined weapons. You should be switching. You should be transferring them over to your new weapon. But if you're asking, like, do you get the refined materials back? You do not. So don't do that. Warlock in the future? Yeah, in the future, yeah. I gotta keep the wife up in levels, cause he's sometimes, man, I feel like she's more competitive than I am. Or she's hardcore. That's why I married her. That was like my prerequisite, like, before marriage. I was like, bro, you can either keep up with me in MMOs, or if you don't, then it's not gonna work out. And yeah, damn, she can keep up. Bro, she's tailing me in levels, despite being a full support priest. So it is that's pretty good. Gotta say, it's pretty good. Is enchant transferable to new items? It automatically transfers over. Enchant is not item specific, it is slot specific. If you know what I mean. Is it too late to switch from from sniper to high whiz? No, not really. We just hit the 70 mark, so it is about the earliest you can do the switch. And with this melee event, it's also probably the cheapest. Is Judex HP legit? Not really. It's okay 70 to 79, but 80 and beyond, it's not good. Like, don't get me wrong, it deals decent damage, so it's not by any means like bad. It's just not meta. If you're asking, like, is it viable? It's like, yeah, it's viable-ish. If you really like the spec, then you can go Judex. But would I recommend it? I would not. Mohammed, yes. At the early points in the 70s, there are, especially if you have meteor cores, meteor damage tends to do more DPS than grab field. It's just that even in PvP, you still want to have a meteor spec just in case. You want to catch people off guard with like a stun. But in terms of scaling, obviously you can't really outscale a skill that ignores magic defense and has very little weaknesses. So yes, if you have cores for meteor storm, it's gonna do more damage. If you have cores for grab field, then you know grab field is just better in general. Well, 150 CT. Well, I'm 150 CT now, so I guess like yeah, around like I had some EXP before that, so around 11.5 to 12 mil, I'd say, somewhere around there, like ballpark. I'd say probably like more like 11.5 because somebody did grief my spot earlier, so that wasn't good. Right now I'm just leeching my wife and then kind of MRing at the same time because I need more ghost element specimen. I'm trying to craft another headgear in the future. I was accessory? Wraith all the way. Can you teach me how you put your skill on the ground so fast? You use classic. Go to settings and use classic instead of like dual wheel, so you don't have to click here and drag it. You can, like right now it's like 1 2 3 4, gravity's on 4. I just press 4 and I click, and there you go. Right, I just click, there you go. It's better for me this way because when I need to make like a snap decision in PvP to take advantage of like an opening, it doesn't get better than this. I really felt the high whiz damage last night. Yeah, high whiz is... And people think like wizards are just like one-dimensional. It's like, oh, they're just gonna spam gravity fields. Like, no, we also have meteor. You realize meteor still hurts? Meteor still stuns? And if that's not enough, as long as we have a firebolt boost protocol core, firebolt still deals a lot of damage. And you know, there's also lightning bolt as well. It doesn't deal as much damage as firebolt with a core, but it does inflict blind or darkness. So is Wraith way better than Mimic? Yes, way better. Not even comparable. It's no contest. Wraith is better. What happens when blinded? Your field of vision gets slower to like a few cells. So it's like if you're getting lightning bolted by a wizard in at a farther range, then you won't even see him. So you can't even target him. And you can panacea that, but if they're spamming it on you, chances are you're just gonna get blinded again. Or before that even happens, he could already be dead. There's a lot of nuances to. I mean, I'm probably just gonna include that in the advanced like wizard guide, 70+ wizard guide that I'm gonna make. But it's taking a while because I'm compiling a ton of information. Like it's a ton of information, but it's good information. It's things that I've tested myself, and I think I'm gonna put it into like practice and be like, and put like actual PvP scenarios in there in the video. It's gonna take a bunch of work, but it's going to be good. Just trust me. Are you using a macro? No. You can use a macro if you're using LD player, but I know I know LD player has a built-in macro. But I'm clicking skills fast because I'm using classic mode. If you don't know how to switch classic mode, just go to settings and switch over to classic. And make sure you move the hotkey for switching from classic to dual wheel, which is Q. Because that hotkey at the moment bugs out your skill bar. So switch that Q to like target switch or something. Which you need to do anyway. If you want to have like good targeting in PvP. 50, yeah, it's... yeah, man, there's a lot of nuances to Wizard, man. There's a lot of advanced things that you can learn about Wizard. Like, people think it's just like Gravfield, but it's not. Is it safe to use a macro? I'm not sure if it's against TOS or not. You'd have to ask them. But I tend to manual grind because, I mean, it's not that hard to manual grind. The timing is a bit sensitive, but it's not that hard. Especially when you're used to grinding on like BDO. 10-16 hour grinds daily. I really wish I could farm it. It's so packed in front one. It's, oh yeah, it's gonna be, even here it's packed. Like, I have to schedule. Just be like, hey, how long are you done? An hour? Okay, hold the spot until I get there. Just be like, yeah, you gotta communicate. You gotta talk to people. Press Q on keyboard? No, don't press Q on keyboard. It's gonna get bugged out. Sometimes you won't even get the cast skills. The difference between a dual wheel, you have to click the skill and then drag it. Here, I just have to press a hotkey, and I just press left click on my mouse, and then boom, it's there. Alright, like I could press the 4 and I could hold it, and then click there. Costs a lot to install an MVP card. Yeah, I mean it's an MVP card, you know. Is it worth synthesizing lucky candies? If you're really wanting to get materials pretty badly, then yeah, I'd say it's worth it. How do you lower your grav casting time down to 1 second? Level 7 coprocessor activation. It gives me 21% reduction in variable cast time and fixed cast, and like some in fixed cast time every time I kill something. And if you can see what's happening, I'm constantly killing something, so it's just always reduced. Otherwise I'd have like 1.6, something like that, 1.4. Tips to get more card fragments. You could abuse the melee event now if you want. You do the veins event too. It doesn't take very long to get the 4K daily points. That is the max you can get at veins, but it's so worth it. And you can spend 500k eating coins to get the 10 Siegfried tokens, which is also really good. Are you doing monster research? Right now I'm leeching my wife. She's playing High Priest. There's really no event for Debrucci voucher. If your Debrucci voucher is not timed, you could save it up until we get to like higher level, higher server levels, because eventually the drops will change to higher level drops. So you could save it, but in all honesty, it makes very little difference. The rare stuff that you get will always remain the same. So, what sort of kanji that you're using? This one is the next level, the special food that you can craft or get from Yggdrasil. I don't usually use that, by the way, because it doesn't make a difference. I only use it because somebody wanted me to test it, so I obliged. What is your accessory? One expert ring, one spiritual ring, but I want two. I want two spiritual rings. I mean, two expert rings, I mean. I haven't gotten lucky yet, so I might just pity it. Chris, hopefully, Chris, hopefully within quarter 2, lalabas na yung paladin most likely. Konting ano na lang. Konting tulog na lang. Spot na to. Nasa ano? Teka lang. Nasa north. Merong ibang spots. Tingnan niyo yung ano, yung YouTube video ko sa ano, na 70 plus Swiss grinding spot. Tingnan niyo lang 'yun kasi baka pag iba yung gear niyo, baka mas maganda yung ibang spots para sa inyo. Ito. Ayun. Oh shit. What should F free-to-play exchange in advance event? I'm going to do the card fragments, and I'm going to do the blessed stones, because those are pretty hard to get. Another day, another nightmare, huh? MA? Sa ano? Sa Skull Worker. Alay mo baka chambahin. Hindi. Taga now. Taga Bacolod ako before ako nag-move dito. Gears and Bears. I can show you after the grind, but I can't show you right now. Shout the hack dog, man. I mean, hack dog. I love that name. What do you suggest for on Valkyrie statues? I suggest unlocking everything, just because it gives you like a bunch of stats for cheap, and then after that you just focus on the statue that gives you the stats that you need. You know, if you're magic damage, go for magic damage. If you're going for tanky, go for tanky. If you're physical damage, go for physical damage. But everybody should be leveling the first one as well. Nasal chicken legit. Ah, yo, bro, I miss chicken and nasal, man. The food just hits different in Bacolod, bro. It's hit different. I'll be honest with you, if I start making enough money streaming, I'm just gonna go home to the Philippines, bro. I'm gonna be like, let me just enjoy this fresh food. I mean, certain parts of in the US, it's like there's good food, right? It's expensive, but it's gonna be good food. But the freshness of food being cooked in the Philippines, man. You see, like when you see beef, you know that beef lived like a mile away from like the city or something. About as fresh as it can get. I think si Kaito yung ano, sa yung nagsayata, kanina pa dito naghihintay. Two spiritual ring expert. I prefer expert ring. I personally prefer expert ring. Mount upgrade, you wanna go for all damage. All damage. That's like the first one, and I think the third one? Fourth one. But if you only want to focus on one in particular, then you want to go with the charisma, the flat damage. Let me pack your bags for you, sir. Yeah, man, it's just cost of living's better, food's also better. You're not fucking spending 700 bucks on fucking Korean barbecue and going home hungry. I was kidding, Marsh. Inside joke. Did you buy me spam, Nova? Spam hits different. Spam musubi, bro. Pretty good. What's up, Defeat? Worth it yung 100 USD rings to gourmet? No, it's not worth it. You never want to pay 100 bucks for something that falls off. Right? Because as soon as you replace that ring later, that's it. Like, there goes your 100 bucks. Like, you might as well do MVP hunts and, you know, end up getting the pity for the ring. Spot? I think Kaito was waiting for the spot. Huh? Skill won't let me cast. I really hope she use a 3x candy or 2x candy. Because if she's letting the whole 150 minutes ride, oh, we're gonna be here for a while, bro. Oh my god. Will you have a Mastersmith guide? Yeah. Mastersmith is very, very straightforward, so it's very easy to make a guide for it. So yeah, I'll make a Mastersmith guide. It's just that I'm making a very detailed wizard guide at the moment because it's the one that I've had a lot of extensive like testing and research done in global. So I feel like it's the most I can speak on a class. And then for blacksmith, for Mastersmith, I just pretty much have to test like if the builds work the same way they did in NA, and that's gonna be very easy because even in global they're relegated to like one build as for their meta. MVP's guide as well, yeah. Yeah, Johnny's also in Bacolod, bro. That's more than enough reason. Should you grind solo or grind or whole 5-man party? You should grind solo if you grind fast, because the only time that a 5-man party is worth doing and would actually be better is if all 5 people in that party grind about the same speed. Because if anybody's grinding slower, then you're just carrying that character, right? And that's like the general consensus. There are going to be a lot of spots, like let's say Arklaus later on, or Geographer, or Pitman, whatever. Certain spots that have like triple spots that are really good to grind on. And grinding those solo will be better EXP. There's also another advanced like farming spot that I'm going to be making another video about. I think I can make it like sooner before we even get to that point, but it's basically it takes some organization a little bit, but the XP that you get from that spot is whew. Like, you think like this is the, like, honestly, this nightmare, it's good, but it doesn't compare to the future spots. Because the future spots are going to be crazy fucking good. And it feels good to be a wizard. Global cooldown for SBK. We can take a look after if you want, because that's we can try running some numbers. Because I'll be honest with you right now, it's like the costume, I forgot what the name was, but there's the costume that you want as a Soulbreaker Synex is not even out yet. Your sprint set's not even out yet either. And I'm not sure if it's a bug with global cooldown. Some people are having issues as well with it, but it could either be a bug, or it could either be that the calculation of global cooldown in global is different from NA, and I haven't seen anybody calculate the diminishing returns on that or when it starts. But I don't think that's actually the case. I think it's most likely that it's a bug. But, you know, I need to do some more testing on it. Yes, I do have a guide on it, Merc, in my channel. But generally, refines, feathers. Cards are also a huge determining factor for your damage as well. Like all of those that I mentioned, it starts off cheap, so it's good to get them all up around the same time. But the further you go, the more expensive it gets. So you kind of want to balance it out. What is the use of hero token in guild shop? Courage. Token of hero. Oh, the pumpkin looking, the pouring looking thing. It's used for synthesizing to higher level titles. Current meta for Whitesmith, it's going to be Feature Axe with high speed cart ram. Nothing is better than that. That is hands down the best spec to go for as a Mastersmith. If you can't kill Nightmare fast enough? What do you mean? Is it taking like 4 ticks to kill it? it shouldn't, because like you should have gotten some. You should have gotten at least 2 free Strauf cards from the events, in the previous events. So you should have at least like 2 Strauf cards to put on your weapon. So at the most you should be 3 ticking Nightmare, which is still good. You got it, yeah. Just DM me on Discord just so I don't forget. One spot gold nightmares. I mean, honestly, it doesn't get better than this right now. Like you could go for the quadruple spot if you want, but might be a little tough for ME Priest before 80. Doesn't give penalty, right? You don't get the whole D1% damage. There's a 2% penalty on it, but it's better than nothing. Unless you have a Miner's card laying around, then you know, ain't good for you. But if you don't, and all you have is Strauf, still better. Imagine having a Minnow card. If I actually had an Edgar card here, man, oh my god. If I had an Edgar card, I'd actually be able to grind the spot pretty well. Yeah, it's only a 2% difference, but the thing is, if you're a class that crits, that can get multiplied pretty crazy. The difference. It could go up to like, we tested it and it, for like a DD crit, like Synex, the difference could go up to like around 10%-ish, give or take. So, just keep that in mind. Like, at the end of the day, it's still really good to have, you know, one racial, one size, or element, whatever. But if you don't have any other choices, you know, you one of them rope boys like me that doesn't have a Minoris, then, double Strauf works. Mantis gives you more right now? Yeah. Like, this spot is only as good if you can kill it reliably. But if you can't, then, you know, there's no point in forcing it. Is it better than Boa 3-star versus Strauf? Yes, it's better than Boa. Boa only gets you to like 8% magic damage with like 60 flat. If you want to see the damage, you can see the damage: 118, 116, 120. Okay. Here. If you'd like to see, you can do Boa 3-star, right? And you can see the damage difference. It's still gonna 2-tick it, it's just, you know. But the damage difference is there. You can see 109, 107 versus, like, you know, getting up to 120 earlier. Know what I mean? So don't just take my word for it. Just see for yourself. Does management on a guild get more damage per week from weekly salary? Yes, yes. Times 2 Strauth is better, yeah. Any guide for Valkyrie statue? It's pretty straightforward. Treat it like you would treat your medals. Go for the stat that you need. But unlocking them at level 1 is not a bad idea. Like, don't spend any resources on the other ones. You can just, like, you know, well, besides the resources to unlock them, because they give you stats right off the gates. What up, Ken? What's going on, bro? CT for 70 plus Master Smith. Probably the 7 o'clock Manta spot in Garden. Outer Ring. That Manta spot spawns instantly. And if you grind with Heart Rev with a Veacher Axe, then I think it should still be pretty good for you. You got it, bro. You just bid in the highest general card and you're a priest. I mean, it's good. It gives you magic M attack. Magic damage. Get your heals like up there a little bit more. Best things to spend diamond on is free to play. Refined materials. Refined materials, feathers. Can't go wrong with those. They're probably the cheapest refining materials you're gonna get, because it's just diamonds and feathers as well. If you buy the weekly ones. The other thing too is if you have excess is either the Alpine boxes with the titles in them, or the purple biscuits for your mount. Try to do those weekly if you can, because excuse me, because every week that you don't upgrade your mount with the biscuits, you're only limited to 60 types of biscuits, to 60 biscuits a week, regardless of like if you use the base ones or the purple ones. So every week that you don't upgrade your mount is another week that you're behind. And that thing does give some pretty good stats. Like every level is like 250 DP worth of stats. In case I get one soon, yeah, aspects are really good. I definitely would love to have a tier 3 Danelle though. Definitely would love to have one. Because that buff is nice. Let's get that buff, get CDR on the pet. Too damn good. Oh, what candy is she using? Like she's not done yet? $1,000 cards if I can afford it. Not always. If you can have like one of each card on your you know, costume slots, then that's good. The Goblin is pretty useful. Deviling is also pretty useful for PvE. Even the Edga is also useful for PvE. So I would keep buying it until you get one of each card. Unless you plan on buying out the Guild Expedition cards, then, you know, Imagine if you had a sponsor for the tier 3 Danelle. Would be nice. That buff is pretty OP. You know, it's a good pet for MRing, and if it also gives you utility, that's just icing on the cake. Should I buy out the Valk statue material in the diamond shop? If you can afford it, yeah. Absolutely. Pretty good. It's like early on, like to level that statue is still pretty cheap. It gets more and more expensive later on, but like if you can get those initial upgrades, I already have Nyan mount. Do I still upgrade the free mount? Yes, yes. The free mount stats are in addition to your Nyan mount. Best region mass paying a lot of coins for Mana's Wiz. Get to high Wiz. And then maybe have a build that maxes out your SP recovery passive. Get like a Sohi boots, and 3-star it for the HP, but it also gives you like the SP recovery on the side. Yeah. Or if you really wanna be like min-maxing on SP reduction, you could get Soul Drain like level 1 and then use single target attacks to drain SP from mobs. It works better on higher level mobs. Magni Party 2K. Yeah, bro. Is that efficient or should I stop? The which one? Usually buy the red card off for an easy diamond to Zenny conversion. I mean, the Nyan to Zenny conversion is 1 Nyan to 100. So if it's like, if it's diamonds, I mean, you know, I think it's worth it. It's not Nyans. The Feather Gasha L, it's the day and night. The L ones can get pretty expensive, and it gets to a point in the future where like as soon as you max your purples already, then you don't really need to buy them. But you also have a lot of sources to get purples, so you don't want to overdo it on the L boxes. But day and night, definitely really good purchases. Does MVP have pity? It does not know. If it had pity, there would be like an influx of MVP cards like at a certain point in time. If you have weekly Nyanberry pass, you should only buy things that are discounted. Get the most bang for your buck. Hopefully got a fucking spell work. Times 3 candy, 20 minutes to go. So like 6 something minutes. And that was 4 minutes ago. Yeah, we're almost done here. Said 5 minutes, so like less than 2 minutes left to go then. Can they still use MA on Skullworker level 70? Yeah. That's what I do, bro. Fucking hopium. A lot of hopium. Maybe I'll get it. Maybe I'll end up having to pity it. You know? But I'll get it eventually. You know, it's a marathon, not a race, is the copium that I huff every time. I feel the disappointment. Daily pack bonus 7 days, $26 worth it. It's very, 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 very worth it. Very worth it. The stuff under reward are the most high value stuff you can get in the game. So if you're like, if you're on a budget, that is the main thing that you should probably look to invest your money into before you even look at anything else. Can I get a card without using monster annihilation? If you use your CT, there's a chance, yeah. Smaller chance though, compared to MA. But if you don't have both, then no, it's not gonna work out. Mind me, just farming my daily nightmare MA. Goddamn. Is it 10 wishing an ultra rare coupon with moral worth to buy? And wishing, like gacha? The gacha one? Which one are you talking about specifically? Are the Alfheim Diamond Shop worth it? Yes, yes. Everything that's in the Alfheim store has stuff that you're gonna use. If you're a bit short on diamonds, you should focus on the ones that give you titles. The title materials. Those are the ones that you should try to buy first. But in general, everything that you get in the diamond shop is pretty worth. Done? Okay. Whew. Is he gonna take it? Okay, he's moving. Okay, there you go. Yeah, Guma, you really wanted me to test this, huh? A spicy beef. Got an MVP today. You think they'll increase max players for the friend rallying event? Probably not. I'll be honest with you, probably not. Is safety wall bugged? I'm still getting hit by nightmare inside the wall. I don't know.
It was from this mysterious agent.
I haven't had an issue with it unless like somebody's like stepping on it too.
This job may not look like much.
Is there another way to get diamonds besides neon berries or hidden encounters? Weeklies, like a lot of your weeklies. Guild, being in a guild, guild packets. What else? What else? Selling illusion cards, I think, is what some people do. Oh, gotcha. Wait, do you mean the one in here? This one? Yeah, I think this is worth it. Because like this is 1200, right? And this is like 200, so it's like 1400 nyans for 9.99. Pretty worth it. You're getting like a, what is it, like approximately like 50% discount maybe?
My career has only just started.
White feathers are only for whales, right? If you're a low spender, mid spender, it's also a good idea to get. Just don't waste your nyans on like useless shit. Like you really want to ration your shit. Look at that Strauf, man. They're level 80. I gotta wait. Oh. It's fine. I can get a blue card, but I gotta wait till level 85 for the Wraith. It is what it is, huh? Almost there. Be right back real quick. Okay. Let's see. We can do HHH. Ignored Strauf card and took the Vaden card. Oh no. Yeah. It's the
Trust me, you'll greetings from Kappa.
mouthwear, headgear. Huh. People are hunting MVP so much that like there's actually a steady influx of headwear, which is nice. Hydra and Skeleton War card are constantly in the market. Pretty good actually. Want me to test and equip and spiritual ring? Sure. Still the same. Or I moved the expert ring. Yeah, then it goes up to 3.1, you saw that? Yeah, 3.2. With it on, 2.8. Enchant for armor. Shining or Fortitude? Shining's better. Fortitude's kind of useless because it's just RNG all over again. Tranquility is pretty decent. Like Shining's probably the best, especially if you're PvPing. MA for free-to-play priest. It depends on like what card you're chasing for. Okay. I mean, these? Either that or events. They needed HHH, so not. You get a fixed price. God damn it. Or 2 goals as we get from Dynasty Point Shop. Is that a good idea, or just go 2 whites as well? Things like the 2 whites are probably like one of the best ones to get, because it gives you damage and like a lot of damage and a lot of reduction. Is Lex Eterna good? It's good, but probably not as good as Lex Divina. Well, definitely not as good as Lex Divina. Like, Lex Divina can shut a whole class down if they're not prepared for it. Nyanch is always going to be Feathers and Refines. Like 2.5 below? Yeah. Anything below 3 seconds is decent. God. I guess we're here. Shit. Oh shit, Maverick with a fucking gifted sub. Appreciate the gifted sub, brother. Thanks, man. When the level 80 equips will release, probably close to, not a month, but close to a month. Getting this place so hard. You guys are brave for tanking that. Wait, hold on, hold on. Let me see if I can cheese this. Hold on. Oh no, they unlocked the door! Oh shit! Oh, did they? Or did they? Get cheesed. Yeah, they did. Boa will never outscale a size racial or elemental card. He's got to look at the percentages. Is it worth exhausting the daily cap for Dimic and Millie? Yeah. It's the cheapest Dimics that you can get, especially if you're free to play. Because otherwise, like, what's the reliable way of getting Dimics? Or quote-unquote reliable, but expensive. Nyans, right? Lure it over here, buddy. Or don't. Keep him in here. I can tank. Get a Dakabi card off gacha, 380k Zenny on black market, and I'm left with 21k. Is it useful or should I sell it off and roll for Dimics? I would say roll for Dimics. Like, I don't think... I'm very confident that it's not gonna get any cheaper than this. So take advantage of it while you can. Like, if your Zenny spending can give you that huge of a power spike by getting a level 7 core, that's an easy trade-off. Crown of Luna? What's the Crown of Luna giving? Crown of Luna is pretty good for general use and PvP. PvP damage. But the Rabbit Pipe Sakura Headwear is cheaper to get. PvP Wizard, you're gonna be relying on, for large scale, you're gonna be relying on Gravity Field a lot. But in terms of like trying to focus somebody down, obviously you don't want to cast Grav Field on them when your Grav Field takes this long to cast. So you want to rely on Firebolt with Firebolt Boost Protocol. You're a low spender Magnus? This FYI, low spender and Magnus do not usually work out. Magnus takes a lot of investment. Nowhere near as like a Synex or a Sniper to be effective, but still pretty expensive. The Mimic advice is the best, man, although I'm out of Zenny now. Hey man, Zenny in your pocket does not give you power. The only power Zenny in your pocket gives you is purchasing power. That's it. But if you don't use that purchasing power, you're not gonna get any actual power. Do pet equipment refines transfer? They do not, as far as I know. Maybe they changed it here and made it possible, but before it wasn't possible. Level 7 Magnus core. I mean, yeah, Magnus, the damage core, Magnus, Exorcism Prediction, which is a cast speed, and Divine Spike. Advise as in buy the food event? Yes, yes. I don't care if you go broke on freaking Zenny. Buy it. Otherwise, I mean, you could always regret it in the future. Two mimic cards stack on accessory? They do, yeah. I look away and I'm dead. Oh yeah, enhance, well, refine, feather. Yeah, it's in my channel. Let me see if I can get it for you. What? Am I capped on unions? Man. Guess I'm capped on unions for the week. Or for the day, maybe. There we go. I'll switch to 2 jobs soon. Should I spend on Dimic? It depends what class you are. If your class gets your the Dimics you need before 70, then why wait until after then why wait till 70 and then dilute the pool that you're pulling your RNG Dimics from? You know what I mean? Like that would not make a lot of sense. Insignia set. In here? I don't think Insignia's out yet, no? Or is it? Mm-hmm. You mean like the Rider's Insignia, right? I would have to patch NA. I can't do that at the moment. See if I can send it. Oh, there you go, yeah. Priest to Minstrel is, I'd say the transition's pretty smooth. Matching hearts or Sakura headgear? I'd say Sakura headgear is cheaper. Sakura heart, matching hearts you have to buy. Um, 3 S tiers. I mean, if you want to max like 2 tier 10 S tiers, oof, probably like 500k maybe, Yans. So 3. In order to get 3, you'd have to RNG another set. So probably close to 1 million. Not more. Should I 70 all my gears or wait for 80? My advice, get your 70 gear. We're gonna be 70, we're not gonna be 80 for like another, close to another month. You cannot synthesize level 50 blueprints anymore, no? In previous versions you could, but this one you can't. Which is fine, because the requirement to craft gear is a lot less than... Jesus. Everyone and their mothers is foraging over here. No, we ain't doing this. You can't synthesize the blueprints anyway, or the fragments anyway, so you might as well use them. Expert ring or Orleans glove? I'd probably say probably expert ring. Unless we get the global cooldown costume in advance. But before that, probably just expert ring all the way. Early build for Crusader. For grinding, the best one is Shield Boomerang, but it requires like quite a bit of investment. Otherwise, Devo's the most relevant build. DP? How much is my DP now? I'm only like 160k. Was there really a huge grinding gap between Judgment and Enemy? Yeah, huge. One is a targeted skill. One is a persistent AoE that can kill multiple packs of mobs in one cast. How much did I spend? Well, I spent $0 in this game. There's just people who send me nyans. I'm not sure how much they've spent because it's like different people doing it. You so lucky? I am, man. I am. I gotta say. I wasn't expecting it either. I'm like, I went into this game thinking like, okay, how do I do this as free to play? So I mapped out like my whole thing. It's like you can see like the reason like why I'm like rank 1 in MR is because like I needed to get all the advantages that I could get as free to play, and then people kept sending me nyans, and I'm like, oh, okay. When is the release for statue guide? I might well tomorrow I might work on the script for the wizard guide first, and then I'll branch out. Maybe I'll add the statue guide on there as well. Can you show your feather build? Yeah. There. It's always gonna be 4 yellow. Any variation of 4 yellow, 1 purple. I always go for decks. I gotta wait till 75. How much is it? 12? Okay. And for here, I am temporarily going attack and HP. But once I have enough feathers to invest in the attack percent, I'm gonna go for the attack percent. But right now it's too expensive, and I don't want to overinvest in purple feathers just to Just to tear those up. The stacking comms guide? Oh yeah. I might just do, because I'm only streaming for a short time tonight because I'll be streaming longer tomorrow. I might just record 2 guides in one tomorrow. We'll see. How to maximize from top? I also have a script for an MR guide. Oh god. Okay, here we go. Do you guys want me to record the MR guide right now? Just say yes, and I'll record it right now, and I'll impromptu it, no script. Yes? Okay, alright, let's fucking go. So, basically, that intro is gonna be part of the YouTube video. You guys know what we're about to do right now. The number one thing in order to get really easy high MR is gonna take some organization, and this is something that you're gonna have to do when you are part of a guild. Is you go into the auto shop, you go to the diamond shop, you go into consumable, and you should buy the weekly bloody branches. You can buy 7 of these a week using like just diamonds. So imagine you have 100 people in your guild, and each person buys 7. So then you just have 700 bloody branches. That's 700 minis that you now have access to that you wouldn't have otherwise. And the reason why you want to do this as early as possible is because at certain points in time, certain minis get phased out, and it gets very hard to get access to them again. So you want to do this as early as possible, weekly if you have to. If you have some whales in your guild that are willing to sponsor some bloody branches, absolutely get that done. So that's step 1, right? Like that's the fastest, easiest MR that you're gonna be able to do. So on to the next part is, after all that is said and done, how do I decide between what MR to go for? So number 1 is you usually want to go to places where there are multiple mobs. Like a prime example of that would be the map in Southern Payon, right? Because in Southern Payon, if you look at the map here, okay, world map, let's go to Southern Payon, right? Click info, click monster, and you can see that you have your pupa, your faber, your chancha, your porings, and your willow in there. And if you go back to your monster archive, guess who's in the same row together? The pupa, the faber, the willow. So now you're about to complete 3 out of 5 of this row. And then if you look at the bonuses, right? If everything reaches level 1, 300 points. If level 2, 500 points. Level 3, 800 points, 1200. Generally, you want to start off easy. You want to start off by getting them to like level 3 or 4. But if you're staying there overnight with a party, chances are you might just get to like level 5. So you want to do these first, right? And then after you're done with this, you can choose like, oh, do I want to do Savage Babe or do I want to do like Wormtail, right? So let's say like I decide to do Wormtail. What's in the Wormtail map? Wormtail map, I'll tell you right now the map that it's in. This guy is also in there, the Spore. So now, if you do Bloody Branches right now, like while mastering still spawns, you can get this guy to 10. So now you can guarantee the supposed to be like hardest part of this row, you can easily max by having organized BB runs. So now you only have to worry about these things. Now in the first map, we know back here when we were killing these 3, who else was on the map with them? Pouring, right? So now you also have Pouring MR. And then in order to complete this, like, you need these 2. So you're gonna go into the map where Wormtail is, and then Wormtail also has this Spore right here. So you've already handled these 2. If you're doing Bloody Branches, you also have this guy mastering. And guess what? These 2 right here, they're both on the same map as well. So you can kind of see like where the chain is, right? Like that's how, like, if you want to be efficient, you kind of have to think of it that way. So right now, it's like, let's say that you get this guy up there, okay? Like, now we only need this guy. But after you complete this guy, you've already set up, because of the previous choices of MR that you went to, you've already set up these two for success. So now once you want to complete this set right here, you only need to kill these two, and because these two are on the same map, just another override of these two will get them to a high enough level so that you can get all these bonuses over here. Alright, so let's say next spot is Savage Bay. Where is Savage Bay located? Frontera Westgate, Eastern Geffen, right? So you can choose. Do I want to do Frontera Southgate? What's in Frontera Southgate? Oh, actually no, it's not Southgate. Is it? Westgate. Westgate. There you go. Yeah, so what's in Frontera Westgate? It's going to be Willow again, but the most important one is Rocker. So let's say that you choose that. Now you also complete the Rocker area. Because guess what? These two, they're going to be in the same map. Right? They're going to be in the same map. So now, you've also completed majority of this already. And guess what? The Muka map, if you look at the location, Sograt, when you're trying to do this map, let's say like you're going to Sograt, right? So let's go to Sograt. Sograt Desert, let's go to Info, let's go to Monster. Guess who's in here with them? Magnolia and Peko Peko. So you can also, while you're killing Muka, you could be in a party that's killing these guys as well. So guess what? You're hitting, with a full party, you're hitting like 4 other mobs besides your goal. So what does that mean? That means you're also completing MR for other areas as well. Right? You're completing MR for these guys right here. Or you go to Fire, you go to Peko Peko, you're completing it for this guy right here. And if you do BB, you also have this leveled up already. If you do MVPs, you're gonna have this level up. And then eventually you're gonna try to complete these as well in the future. But that's generally how you want to do your MR. You want to plan it out in advance. It's like, okay, like these 3, same map. Let me do these first. And like, okay, if I do this guy, these 2 are not in the same map. But the mobs that are in the same map as them is going to set me up for future, like my future MR targets. You know, like this right here. As soon as you get this guy done, you're gonna complete this set right here. And guess what? Like when you go into the map with Hydra and Plankton, guess who else is in that map? Frog is gonna be in there. Marina is gonna be in there, right? So you've already set up this row as well. And now you're thinking about like, okay, well, let's say Toad was one of the more lower level mobs and it probably got phased out already. So what do I do now? Guess what you can do? The same map that this Frog is in and this Pouring is in is also the same map where the Toad spawns. So let's say you missed out on it, right? You can actually get to Eastern Geffen and you can actually AFK there with your party, figure out where Toad spawns. So if he spawns and you hit him, you actually get MR from them as well. So now you've leveled your Pouring a lot further. You're also leveling your Frog. And you're also, by default, you're leveling your Toad as well. And since, in order to complete these, you need to kill these 2. You've also completed these 2 as well. Now you only need, what? Marine Sphere? Guess what else is in the map with Marine Sphere? Cornutus is in there. Obion is in there. Mars is in there. You know what I mean? So you can kind of see like how completing a row always leads to completing some of another row, right? So that's how you want to think about it, and that's how you want to kind of scale how you MR something. And that's pretty much how I ended up getting to the current MR that I am right now. You know, as the server level gets higher and higher, it gets easier to get those bursts of MR that you need to get to the next level. And I mean, that's pretty much it, right? It's like you get your MR done. That's it. It's like you get stats for leveling your MR, right? And you get like specimen and the dolls that you can make, you can farm to, you know, get these costumes like crafted. Even if you don't plan on using them, you can still put them in your fashion, get your fashion levels up, get stats for that as well. And that's why MRing is such a important and such a huge thing And if you were ever curious as to how to do that and how to, how to plan out your MRing, that's one of the ways that you can do. And probably the best thing that you can do as well is always do MR with a 5-man party if possible. Leave your party like open. Farm with a group of 5, because like every person's kill in that group of 5 counts towards your MR. And just also a quick tip, because sometimes it gets buggy. Just make sure that these two, like this is, well, I mean, at least this one right here is checked, so that after you're done with your MR, you can get it'll bring you back to town, and you don't end up spending your CT in in pourings or something. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much like how you tackle MRing in this game. It's not there's not a lot of thought into it, but the advantages that you get by doing it is pretty insane. Like it's not just the stats that you get from doing MR, it's also the costumes, which if you want the stats for them, good. If you want the look, fashion is endgame. And if you don't want them, stuff them in your wardrobe, and then you can get fashion levels as well, and more stats and more items from leveling that as well. So yeah, that's it. All right, let's put a timestamp on that. I'll just pull that off of stream. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. Oh, also, if you're a wizard, I see a lot of wizards do this. Don't use skills, because you're gonna have a lot of like SP issues if you do that. And if you're fine with that, that's okay. If you don't have any issues with eating coins. But what I usually do is I go into like attack. I just put it on my auto. I can remove everything. I just put attack in there, right? That's how I auto. If you have a Donnell, it helps a lot with MRing. And if you notice, like before I even had Magic Crasher, I already had an agility MR build. And all that is just pure agility. It's just all agility, and it's just all like walking like low level mobs. And that's it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, no problem, Lucy. Is Sharpshoot viable for free to play? Not even. Sharpshoot is only ever viable if you're wailing out. And even then, it probably will not perform as well as like a wizard or a sage or a Synex. How to build for priest? If you're free to play, low spender, mid spender, probably better to go full support. If you're a whale, you can definitely not whale, but like a high spender, you can go ME. Do you know why whenever it says I don't have enough materials? It's actually a bug. It says you need 2, but you actually need 3. Who didn't do BB? Yeah, man. BB parties are such a crucial thing. ME priest or wiz for long term? Wizard. Multi-job and rude is the voucher. It's only one time. I think you have like a certain period of time where it's free to revert back to your previous class. But after that expires, you can't change back unless you buy another ticket for 1,000 yans. Job advanced rate is for chain shop. It's for chain shop only. Double Strauf works if you don't have any other option. You don't have a Minorist, for example, for like Nightmare. Double Strauf is better than like 3-star Boa, because it's still better even with the diminishing returns. If you're free to play, you should be going wizard or full support priest, or eventually monk or biochemist. I wonder, as a 71 priest, should I change to Wiz? My budget 1k USD trying to ME priest, but now it was not. I'm afraid it was not good enough. 1k like a month? 1k a month is more than enough for ME priest. Is Rotar's arrow card good for sniper? Not really. Now I'm broke. Attaboy, Novix. Attaboy. Mini boss phase out? Yes. Yeah, on Bloody Branches, they get phased out, yeah. Is Priest ME okay for free to play? It's okay for grinding. If you're trying to PvP with it though, you're gonna tickle people. Wiz is good for free to play and all sorts of budgets. Heavy spender, it's also very good, yeah. Wizard is the type where like it's good to start, but it just keeps getting better. It actually scales really well if you spend on it. It's like, think about this. It's like if you're playing Dota or League or Mobile Legends and you're playing an early game champ that's really good early game, you think that he would fall off late game, but he doesn't. That's basically Wizard. Spiritual or expert ring? Expert ring for Wizard. Oh, it's just better to manual this shit than auto. Auto's so messed up in this one. My base cast speed for gravity is 1.4, but after I kill something, it goes down to like 1 second. Fishing, right? I gotta go fish. Is doing 5-man party EXP good for rush EXP boosting? Only if the people that you're grinding with grind as fast as you or faster. Otherwise, it's not worth it. Find mini boss on the field. Yeah, field is good. Where can I see the form to apply for Guild 1? I'm not gonna babysit you in that, bro. If you can't figure it out, then you will probably never be in Guild 1. I told you guys, I'm not gonna baby, I'm not gonna handhold you. Because if the people that I don't handhold and I don't baby tend to sometimes still not pay attention, I can only imagine the people that can't figure it out. You guys know, I told you guys I would be strict. Minis, elites is easy. You know, a lot of them spawn in like 7 to 8 minutes. Some of them can go up to 15. For minis, it's like 15 to 20 minutes. But it's usually good to go around and check at 15 minutes. I fuck being a blacksmith is free to play. Not really. You get your power spike at 70, and you get your another big power spike at 100. When the burst meta becomes a thing, you know, it gets harder for you, yeah, because you have to dive in as a free to play and you're squishy to begin with. But you know, you still have really good buffs to buff like Whale Synexes with. Is a Suramok expensive? Not really. You can play it as free to play. Your grinding is gonna be garbage though, so make sure you get help from guild. Or are there better ways to do it? We tried it before with level 30, 2 level 30s and like a level 41, and it's summoned vocal. But some people are saying that they tried on like multiple 30s and it didn't spawn vocal. So I'm not sure what the rationale is behind that. That's not allowed. You know, that's not allowing them to do that, but you know. Yeah, if you're Mastersmith, you know, you still have your burst damage, you still have stun, you still have so you can still break people's gear. Full reduction, resist Osiris def and HP, and I'm mid spender. Yeah, you're gonna be one hell of a tanky +4 priest, I say. I gotta tell you. It's a good choice. DPS, I should be opposite. A priest that doesn't die is a hell of a good priest. Yeah. You can't kill him and he just keeps, like a priest you just can't kill and he just keeps resurrecting his teammates. That's hell to deal with. Raven's Hour or Raven's Prestige, even though I can't cheer it up. If you're a mid spender, you should be going for Raven's Hour. Cause like Raven's Hour is the only one that gives you this to supplement these. Now you don't have to go space and time, mind you. You could go day and sky tier, which is going to be really cheap, and you'll be fine. Because most of the PvP stats come from day and night anyway. Fast sold? Oh man. I know some people use auto clicker. All right. Yeah, dark and light. Yeah. But yeah, that's it. That's it for tonight. By the way, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and try to pull that guide and then upload it on YouTube, and then but I'll be streaming longer tomorrow just because I'm a bit caught up on the administration side for the guild management. So yeah. So yeah, expect as soon as I actually, yeah, it's just a lot of admin work to do and take note of like 3 guilds, and while keeping them, you know, on top. So you know, like Guild League, it's like if you look at Guild League, our Guild League right now, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like Dynasty's number 1, Dynasty number 2, 3, Carnage. That's supposed to be our biggest competition, Carnage. And then Dynasty 3 is at number 4. Dynasty 2 just beat Carnage last night in Guild. Yeah, they lost. So, you know, managing all the guilds to be, you know, competitive or semi-competitive is it's a lot of work, and thankfully I have really good help. Otherwise, it would be unsustainable to do it. So, yeah. But all right, guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow. Today. Sometime today. Because it's already 1 a.m.